Good morning. It is Monday. We didn't have to wait long to find ourselves some work. If you saw my last video, you saw that I didn't have anything for the weekend or anything planned for this morning. But I had mentioned I'd head all the way into Ohio, and that's what we did. We were just outside Columbus, off of 70. 70, yeah. And we got our load booked. It is 9:30 at the moment, so we're gonna have to wait too long. We're going into Columbus, pick up another pair of forklifts, take them over to South Bend, Indiana. This one's paying pretty damn good for a pair of forklifts, so I cannot complain. And yeah, so we're at the Flying J in Kirkersville, Ohio. I actually grew up not all that far from here. We're probably about 20 minutes away from my old house. This is pretty much where I live my life, on this part of town, out here in the country. Grew up in a little town called Johnstown. It's where my whole trucking career basically started. Started off doing roll-off dumpsters. Before I even had my CDL, I just ran a little single axle International and Freightliner M2. We switched between the two. They were both ex-Penske trucks, or at least the International was. The Freightliner was brand new when my boss got it. But he was just a small company. He was actually my neighbor that I've known since I was a wee little lad. And started working for him, running roll-off dumpsters, and later on he ended up getting himself a R model Mac, 1986 R model Mac. It was a tandem axle for running the larger containers, and that was when we both went out and got our CDL, our Class B. And I ran roll-off dumpsters with him for about, I want to say it was about 3 years, 3.5 years. And eventually I left because he was a small business. He just wasn't able to pay what I was looking to get, and moved on to the dump truck world. Drove dump truck out here, drove a 6-axle dump truck, started in a Kenworth T800, moved on to a Peterbilt 567, and worked here, did dump truck here for about 2 years before finally moving into Tennessee. And in Tennessee, I continued the dump truck business, ran a quad axle Mac, and well, actually, that was the rare one. I actually ended up being the single axle driver. I ran a single axle Mac and took loads up into the hills. It was the only truck that was a manual transmission, and no one wanted to drive it. I didn't mind to. I found it fun, so I became the guy that always drove the little truck around. And that eventually moved into a little bit of semi work as well. That was when I got my Class A, started running flatbed there. And I worked there for about 2.5 years. And now here I am, finally working this business. I actually have some video mostly from the dash cam, but it sort of showcases a little bit of what I did in the past. If you guys are interested, I would love to be able to share some stories from the past and whatnot, and how I got started into trucking. I am not against that, so if that's something you want to see, I can certainly share some stuff. Like that R model Mac, that thing was a turd, but I loved it. It was slow, had like a 250 horse Mac engine in it with some weird 7-speed transmission that was more like a 5, and I loved that truck. It had character, and it was just fun to drive. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to see some stuff from that. I got some videos, nothing like what I do now. It's just dash cam footage, but some of it's kind of cool, so I'd show you. Anyways, that's it. We're gonna run into Columbus. We are about 15 minutes away. Pick up a pair of forklifts, take it out to South Bend, Indiana. So that's our morning. Talk to you here in a bit. All right, there we go. Pair of forklifts for South Bend, Indiana. So looks like a pair of Nissans. Got our strap over our front forks here to keep them from walking around. Got 2 chains pulling towards the front, 1 towards the rear. I use my green things because the wheels are not lining up with the cross members for the frame, so that's just extra protection. This one here is an older forklift. This one here looks to be damn near brand new, so that's why I got these cardboards around the chain. I had to put it close to get to this pocket because I was using these pockets for here. Now technically, I guess looking at it now, I probably could have ran this down to here, but it's okay. we're sorted. This should be all right. Besides, it's a forklift. They get beat up. So come back to this one real quick. This one, you can tell it's just used. It's rubbing over there, but it'll be fine. So anyways, that's it. So we're at air right now, but I'm estimating with these forklifts probably got about 18 to 19,000 back there. I'll find out once I air up the truck, but should be nice, easy, smooth sailing. So I'll talk to you later. Guys, we are driving over a bumpy residential road. We're heading up to Ball State University here in Muncie, Alabama. What? Indiana. I'm about to call my contact. He said to call when I'm coming up this way. We got, what you haven't seen, is 2 more of those green fiberglass tanks on us, and both of them are being delivered up here. He said this job site's a pain in the butt, so we'll see what we're getting into here. But we're gonna drop these off, and then it's deja vu, or we're gonna continue our deja vu, and we're gonna go pick up 2 more forklifts over in Dayton and bring those back into Indiana. I'm forgetting how to drive my truck. So we're gonna pass through this traffic light, and then I'm gonna give the guy a call. He said to look for a building that's clearly under construction, and right now there's a bunch of stuff that's under construction here, so hopefully that'll make more sense when I get there. And he said there'll be a circle road on the west side of it, and that's where he'll meet me. I do see a bunch of cones up there, so perhaps that guy standing in the road might be my guy.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm coming up onto the job site here.
I see you. Is that you in the truck right here?
Yeah.
So We're standing right here in the road.
I see.
Take a right. Take a right here in this first drive and see if you can't turn around this circle. And oh hell yeah. Yeah. So yeah, pull in right here. We'll guide you in. Thank you.
All right. Wow, that's easy enough. We're gonna act like we're gonna leave. Actually, so I don't have to hop this curb. Shimmy our way to the left a little more. No problem. Oh, yeah, come this way. Oh, okay, I got you. I'm over. Cool. There you go. There you go. Yeah, buddy. Sometimes things don't work out. You end up doing things that you don't want to do, but it just makes sense to do it anyways. So, forklifts did not work out. I got basically to where I needed to go. I was about 20 minutes away, and they called me saying, hey, no one's going to be able to unload those the next day, so we're pulling the plug on it. And I was like, oh, great, fantastic. You basically ruined my day. And it was an easy run. It was 110 miles for $950, 2 forklifts, dock to dock. So that would have been nice. So I had to park it, figure out what I was doing, because at that point it was going on 3. And basically, long story short, I did find a second load. It's not ideal because it's going to Missouri, and I would like the rate to be a little bit more, but it's just under my ideal rate, but it's still well over my minimum. So I suppose that's a win. We're in Indiana. We're gonna move over here because I got plastic
everywhere. We got these angled sheet things, whatever you want to call it. They got saran wrapped. I have no idea why. It's just making a mess. Like all of this. So let me see what I'm doing with this. A lot of this is just gonna have to do whatever it needs to do. But I found sometimes it's best not to tear the plastic off, but to wrap the tail around like a strap or something. That way it doesn't get worse and it just flutters on the strap. So a small amount on the strap. I find that to be kind of a better way to go about it. So I can't do that one-handed, but whatever. I mean, it's just gonna get worse and worse as we go. It's inevitable. But yeah, it's just this angled sheets. There's actually 2 deliveries. This is the other part that I didn't like. Those 2 pallets, and this one's going to Macon, Missouri. The rest of them's going to Des Moines, Iowa. So I mean, it's nice and easy, but I don't want to go out that way. But again, sometimes you do stuff that you don't want to do. So anyways, I just wanted to stop real quick and do that, fix that. We booked ourselves a parking space at a Pilot in Decatur, Illinois, because I'm trying to make up lost time from when that load canceled. And so we're gonna get out there at like 7:30, close to 8 o'clock. We will have about a half-hour drive time left after that, so that gives you kind of an idea. So that's at least the plan. We'll park there for tonight, and then we'll get up bright and early in the morning, make one delivery for sure in Missouri, and then shoot up towards Des Moines. Good chances we'll probably have to deliver that first thing in the morning on Thursday. So I'll at least have a decent amount of time to be able to find whatever I'm doing out of Des Moines, but there's not that much work out there, and that's why I don't go up that way much. I've turned down some pretty good paying loads that go out there, but it's all good. It's not the end of the world. I'm still a happy man.